to the bitter end. There was probably 200 of us in that last class. I did like 30 door prizes and I couldn't win a thing.
I never win. Like I said, the best thing I won was that TV. And I didn't even win it. The vendor just didn't want it. They were from Colorado and they landed that morning. They went and bought a TV, used it. So he's like, you want the TV? Here's the box. Here's everything. So they've been used for like 8 hours. Okay.
Seriously.
Yeah, all I know is tolerance for late nights.
I don't even have a marriage yet from one of my. I'm not looking. Yeah. They're different than when we should go.
You put city council in there. City council. City council. That hasn't been on there before. Not a big deal, but York City.
Seriously.
Your firefighter Jason, what's his last name?
Bleach. He's just one of them. It's just his wife Chris is on the department too.
Oh, really? And his son is gonna be.
When
Oh, when he's old enough.
he's in Korea right now.
Oh,
In
really?
the military. Yeah,
Oh.
probably was nervous on there's.
Man, no kidding.
Yeah.
I might have confused with another one. This is on Aurora Avenue.
No,
Who's the one that lives on Aurora?
that is,
Yeah.
Josh Henderson. That's all the little kids. Twin girl. Oh, his son is an apprentice on the fire department.
Yeah,
How is
that's
that?
one, that's
Yeah.
one.
Yep.
So it's jumped.
Yep.
Okay.
That's what you're thinking.
Huh?
That's what you're thinking.
That's what I was thinking. It was a J word.
See this?
Mhm.
So, is that this isn't on the agenda? If I should make him read it as, part of his 2 minutes of open forum.
Well, I would do it. I mean, does it count as correspondence?
It does, but
Because
it's not on the agenda.
it's not addressed to the
No,
town board, so it's not really correspondence.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have him read it.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yes.
Lots of red sheets.
Yep.
That's what I was-
So.
Because like you said, it's not on our agenda.
Did he provide that or was it just, did Tiffany just
No,
find
just-
it?
yeah. Just no.
Paper, whatever, face page or like Facebook.
Well, that too,
Or
but
whatever.
I mean, that's definitely a.
Editorial, right?
Yeah.
Thomas a good one.
Oh, who's behind? Me,
Tuesday last year.
guy in the gray hat.
Utility.
Is there anybody listed on our sheet? Just looked.
Really? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was pretty nice.
Brent's.
Trying to get ready to worry about that. So I've been on vacation, like I said, we've taken several trips.
Recognize that red's beard anyway.
Ah, is it red?
The two boys up
Mhm.
with.
Not better than my script.
Nice trim. Yeah.
Mine got trimmed the other day because my mom grabbed hold of it, took the scissors away.
Hey,
Thanks, Mom.
missed you this
I'm serious, yeah.
Thanks,
Do we
Julie.
have the per-
All right. Call the meeting to order. Starts the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
All right, next we'll look at the minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from our February 19th board meeting.
I'll second that.
Mhm.
Have a motion from Nathan and a second from Gary to approve the minutes. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We'll look at the vouchers.
I'll make a motion to accept the payroll and bills in the amount of $210,357.45.
I'll second that.
Motion from Logan and a second from Ruth. Any discussion or questions about the bills? Not hearing any. All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Next is correspondence. We didn't have any correspondence, but we have citizen comments. John Bergman, did you want to read your comment?
No, I want you to.
No, I don't want to.
Don't have a copy with me. You've got.
You can have mine.
No, I want you to. You're the chair.
Well, you didn't have it on the agenda. You just walked in and,
I brought it in as correspondence at 4:45.
can you tell me why I'm required to read your,
You're not required to, but I want you to. In past meetings, you've read other correspondence. I don't know why not this one.
all right, John, just to make you happy.
Thank you.
Thomson Annual Meeting for its citizens. Thomson Township is scheduled to have a 2026 annual town meeting starting at 6, which is wrong. It's 6:30, Tuesday, March 10th. I encourage all registered voters to attend, as this is when your property tax levies and other businesses approved, modified, or disapproved by the general citizen. It is the only meeting where citizens are in charge. Elected board supervisors do not conduct the meeting, nor do they have authority there. They are just regular citizens like the rest of us. at this meeting per Minnesota statute and the Minnesota Association of Townships. As such, I invite all board members to join with all other citizens on the floor and not take their usual seats on the stage because it infers authority above the regular citizenry. As an example, about 2 years ago, some board members used their stage microphones to overpower the voice votes on several issues at the meeting. That is undue influence by inferred authority, which none of them have at this meeting. And a final point, Thomson Township Attorney David Pritchett should not be at the annual meeting. He is paid contractor representing only the interests of the board and should have no influence on the annual meeting. By attending, he is also asserting undue influence. John Bergman. And I'll just note that I do not agree. I'm sure that Dave Pritchett is allowed and should be at our meeting because he is the one that knows the statutes and will help to determine.
He's not a citizen.
Right, but he is an employee of the township, not the board.
Who employs the employees? The board does.
No, I mean, we can all have our own,
And at that
Feelings.
time error, that was not mine.
I've never been to an annual meeting or a town or a city meeting where there hasn't been an attorney present.
Doesn't mean it's right.
That's true. That's true. But we'll be doing some checking on this before Tuesday, so.
Thank you.
Yep.
As for the time error, that was editing by the Pine Knot News, not me.
I want to make sure that they have their facts straight. All right, old business. We have no new business, community garden contract. This is our annual contract with for the community garden. Has anything changed on this?
I think just reviewing it, and I talked to Kathy briefly, she said that she was gonna add something about illegal plants, and I see she's got number 8 there. It's sort of obligatory anyway, because illegal plants aren't allowed on, well, they're legal, but they're not allowed on public property, and the gardens are public property, so she was speaking to cannabis specifically.
Sure.
They're not illegal plants, they're just not by ordinance allowed to be used or on public property.
Sure.
Anyway, so she added that in there as such. Other than that, I think
There were some minor like wording adjustments and it didn't print where the strikeouts were
Okay.
and the edits. But it was just kind of updating some of the wording, but not really changing the meaning of it.
yeah, I kind of read it that way as well.
And I did have Dave Pritchett review it and he didn't see any issues with it.
Is this something that needs a motion?
I was just curious on that. Do we need to make a motion to accept it? I mean, it's kind of the same thing. I guess.
It's a rental policy, so yeah, we
I
should.
guess
And
it
it is a
would.
contract.
Yep.
Well, I would motion that we put this into practice and take it as it's written.
And I would second that.
Motion from Gary, a second from Ruth. Any other discussion? All those in favor of the new community garden policy and contract signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Twenty 26 budget review of 2025 annual financial statement. Tiffany.
Yeah, so I printed out the annual statement for the 2025 financials and included the 2026 budget for approval, and it's pretty much what was submitted last year for the budget. The only change I made was under let's see which. Oh, no, I didn't change that, I guess. Nope, I didn't make any changes. I was going to update the stormwater pond repair engineering costs. I was gonna bring that up to 60,000. And that's just because of the increased MS4 reporting requirements and the additional time that will go into getting all the policies and procedures for getting that up and running. And also there was gonna be some, what did you say, Nate?
We talked about pond repair, Josh.
Pond repairs. There's gonna be some pond repairs that were gonna be necessary. So that's why I was increasing that.
Pages.
What page are you on that?
That is on page 2, and I guess I didn't print out the one where I changed it, so I apologize, but it's on page 2 and it was at 15,450. And it's the stormwater pond repair / engineering.
Got it.
And did you move money from another fund to offset that, or did you just adjust it?
I didn't move anything else. But the original proposed, you can see there was, if you look on page 9 down at the bottom, there was more receipts proposed than disbursements. So there was enough there to offset that change.
Any other questions about the 2025 annual financial statement or the 2026 budget?
And then a separate statement I printed out has kind of a preliminary proposed 2027 budget. I did not print out the actual levy sheet, but what I did was I put in a 3% levy increase to balance the proposed budget.
So this is everything that you're required to have for Tuesday, right?
Yeah, and I'll put together an actual levy sheet that breaks out the levy and shows,
So
yeah. So I'll include that as well. So if there's any changes you want to propose before Tuesday, let me know so I can get things updated.
Did you apply the additional monies that we were gonna pay engineering for Randall? Applied to the 26 budget.
That would be included in the loan that the township took out. So
Was that one, what, were we gonna have funds available to write that in the loan? I couldn't remember if we were paying that out right or rolling it in. Can't
yeah,
remember.
that's still under what I originally told back when the township was getting that loan.
Okay.
So,
Then never mind.
Okay.
So I don't think we need to approve those because they'll be approved on Tuesday.
Just if there's any discussion or changes requested. For Tuesday.
I guess the question is, do we want to shoot for 3 or do we want to keep it at 5, what we originally?
Well, we were at 5 and then during our work session, we made a bunch of cuts and that must be what brought it down to 3. Or was able to help us get it down to 3.
Yeah.
I'm happy with the big raise that we had last year. I'm happy to go with 3 this year instead of 5.
Sure. Well, the only reason why I'm bringing it up is because we, according to Beth, that 11% we got wasn't half.
It
of
was
what we-
half, yeah.
So, you know, if we're cutting something, if we're just kicking that ball down the road. So that's just my only concern. It's better to do smaller and try to stay with things than get blindsided
And I
5, 7
haven't
years.
looked too much into like any of the capital improvement stuff. I know there's been talk of needing a new public works building and I don't know. I haven't dug too deep into the capital improvement to see how much of that is being planned for.
Sure.
So I don't know if that's part of what Beth was concerned about.
I mean, because between the capital for the fire department, or I'm just scared that we're gonna get blindsided with some big expenditures and we'll either not be able to go through with them or it's gonna be a large increase.
So looking for a little bit of a cushion.
Well, yes. Cause I just don't want a duplicate of last year.
You know, it's nice to keep it low, but I do think that we haven't planned for a cushion previously and it would be a reasonable thing to
Yeah,
consider.
I think the thing that made it easier was with the lot sales from the industrial park, that helped offset it,
That-
which now we don't have anymore.
Correct. That's a good thought.
But then when we look at our capital improvement plan, we had December of 26, the fire truck and the public work building, a payment of 61,000, 44,000 coming out of our capital, and neither one of those is gonna happen December of this year. So we're already gaining $100,000 in cushion right there.
Well, but if we do engineering for the public works garage, that's sizable. Not to mention that project alone is, just the bonding fees will be quite large. Like I said, I'm just trying to plan ahead. You know, I'd rather give a
No, I
little
get it.
cushion now and then if we can, you know, hopefully if we could throttle it back year after, great. But I just, like I said, I don't want to keep creeping back and then now we have to get aggressive. And it's a hard pill to swallow for people.
What do our reserves look like right now?
Well, on the last page shows what is currently in the accounts. So we currently have 2.3 million just in the accounts. And some of that is escrow funds, so the general operating expenses available is 1.7,
Okay.
almost 1.8.
Kyle also trying to, if he did get that ladder truck, try to put the purchase in this year. For the chassis at least, lock in the chassis.
Possibly, but I don't think we're looking for delivery till 29.
I know that was his thing is I think if you at least put an order in, because it's gonna take a while, but at least then we could get 26 pricing instead of 29 pricing. I mean, granted, we haven't even had discussions about it, but
Right.
like I said, between that, we're at least one engine. In the public works garage, and Josh has some things that he thinks would be beneficial.
And we got a lot of road work to do.
Alright,
And 1.7 isn't really much of a cushion because you gotta plan for 6 months of your operating expenses before your taxes come in. So like we just received December taxes, so it boosts it up. And then that's supposed to carry you through. So if you look at like the proposed disbursements is almost 3 million, so that's, half of that is 1.5 is what you would want to have ready, so there's not much of a cushion in there.
I think we should shoot for 5 and
Is that a motion?
I'll make the motion that we set the levy to 5%.
And just put the additional into the capital fund?
Yes. Even at the very least, road work. I mean, we have, start planning for some of that stuff, so if we have excess funds and we can start tackling the list.
We have a motion on the floor. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Ruth. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed?
Nay.
Unopposed, motion passes.
These that are gonna be good for. Or are you gonna be reworking them all? I'll just get a new copy that night.
So next would be to approve the annual meeting agenda. For March 10th, starting at 6:30. Do you see any? We approved the, have we approved that meeting agenda in the past?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I'd look for a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Nathan, second by Logan. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Personnel reports, who we got? Josh.
Randy and I just recently got back from, the Minnesota Rural Water Association Conference. It's some good networking, learned a few things. I got some ideas kind of cooking. Want to reach out to vendors, next couple weeks, weather depending, and bring that to the board on some of my things. And then, I got a call today from Aspen Tree Experts. They got a contract with Minnesota Power. They're doing a lot of trimming under power lines and stuff, and they wanted to know if they had a place they could dump chips here. We have no room over at the clay mine for anything like that. I don't know if you want any of that over there.
I guess the question is there anything we would want to use those chips for? I mean, they're green trees, so they're
Yeah.
not exactly the greatest.
I can't think of anything, I mean. I could ask the school forest group and see
Yeah.
if that's something that they would have a use
And
for.
I'll talk to them tomorrow and just see how much. I'm sure
Okay.
they probably don't know. It all depends on
Right,
what they're cutting,
yeah, let's touch base tomorrow, cause I can get a hold of that group right away in the morning
Okay.
and see if maybe they have a use for.
We'll say this is gonna be stringy stuff.
Yeah.
Because a lot of
It's
it's
not
small
gonna be-
branches, so it's not.
It's not like the stuff you get from Sappy, it's gonna
No.
be,
So, but
but they might. You never know. But Okay, anything else?
No, that is it.
Nate, what do you got for us?
It's been a busy 2 weeks or so with all the PPL submittals so we did get, the one for Thomson here. For, Timberline, is it Timberline? That we had decided on, so we got that in, so with that,
It was Ridge Road.
or Ridge Road, sorry, we looked at Timberline too at the
Yeah.
same time, so. With the same time, that just seemed like something where we should start identifying a project or two or a slate of them where we should look at the bad sewers that are ready to replace and the bad roads, and we could look at getting funding for them and get things on a track through the PPL where the township could potentially get low interest funding on the sewer side of things. So I'd like to set a meeting with my road liaison and my sewer liaison and just sit down and look at some of the bigger priorities on both sides. And we could put a plan together that way, align priorities. Randall Avenue, we're making contact with Vite because paving is going to be this spring. So just getting a schedule from them. And then we can get that project closed out once the paving's done. I've been working a little bit on Riverbend with Dan, so, I guess I haven't heard back from him, but I've offered up just my thoughts on the punch list items that, Josh and, Evans had pulled together. We pulled together a silversmith report so that the township can go get reimbursed for the grant from WLSSD. So, because we put the sewer together on the silversmith GIS system. And I think I talked to Barbara on the Public Works building, and so we had to reconfigure the site just because where we found the wetlands. So, but then I know she wants to get together with the committee and make sure all the building footprint is exactly what we want. Because I think priorities had changed since we originally scoped that out. Office locations for staff, I think was the biggest one. And we did have to cancel it because of the snowstorm last week, but we're good to get together. Hopefully after things are a little less crazy around here with Tiffany on the MS4, and I'd like to set rules and responsibilities, get town staff up to speed on what is going to be needed to manage the MS4, see what the town staff and supervisors want to handle and what you're going to need assistance from me on. But just making sure all our ducks are in a row on that. So my updates.
Thank you. Board members, Nathan.
How about Jerry?
Yeah, we'll get him last.
Sorry.
I was at the Capitol on Monday for Township Day at the Capitol. Met with our legislators and did some lobbying for MAP priorities, for our bonding request, for fire district priorities. So those meetings went well. I think that's it.
Gary,
I have nothing.
Ruth?
Nothing to report.
I don't really have anything either. I mean, fire departments, we're back to being busy again this year. January, February, we're both just crazy. But we got full crew, all the equipment's working, so keep moving forward. Logan, what do you got?
Nothing township related.
Tiffany?
Yep, just crunching through all these numbers. We also had the auditors were here last week. So, we might end up with some minor adjustments with kind of correcting where stuff was allocated, but yeah, that's it here.
No major issues from them, I take it?
Not so far.
Very
They
good.
haven't gone through everything yet, but
Dave Pritchett was sick tonight, not able to join us. Sherry, got anything for us?
Oh, boy, there's a lot of moving parts at the school district this month. So, last month we did approve the retirement of Michelle Carlson, our community ed director. She will be leaving us at the end of the year. Also, another retirement is Julie Pelletier, who is the administrative assistant for Mr. Fisher, is also leaving toward the end of next year. She's going to stick around to hopefully train somebody else in. And Saturday, I received a call from Superintendent Aaron Fisher, who has been talking about retiring in 2 to 3 years. He applied for and received a new job offer and accepted it as the executive director of the Minnesota Rural Education Association. So that will be effective July 1st. Aaron's been with us for 20 plus years. Probably, as far as I know, I think he's the longest lasting superintendent at Esko Public Schools. So it'll be a lot to try to fill that gap at the school district. I've been on the phone ever since, trying to line up things and get the ball rolling to replace him. I think we've got a pretty good understanding of what we need to do between the Minnesota State School Board and some private contractors that I'm looking at. So quite a bit happening, but the school keeps moving along. Students are doing well. Robotics tournament in Duluth, the world's largest robotics tournament outside of the World Championships, is happening at the deck this weekend. So Esko has a team there participating. That's all, nothing.
You got some busy times ahead of you, Jerry.
Yeah.
All right. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
Motion from Logan, second by Nathan. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Yeah, you can make it to Scouts.
Yes, sir. Scouts, then we got scouts swim after and.
Have we ever had people to the county association township meetings?
I think so.
Oh, you mean, yeah,
Just for Carlton County?
yes, yes.
Okay, okay. I think that there's one at the end of April this year.
Is this one they have at the transportation building?
Yeah,
We used to go.
Yeah, we used to,
Haven't been for a while.
love, yeah,